In previous lesson, we developed a script installing a fictional application. In this script, we used the if statement in different possible syntaxes. We even tried to handle errors. When everything went good, like described in the manual, we exited the script with the exit code 0, but in case of errors, we returned the value 100 or 101 depending on kind of the problem. In this lesson, I would like to use if to determine if the code program finished with success or failed. If you follow the flow of our experiments, you know that currently we have a file in the var lib directory causing that the installation script fails. So, in the first step, I will remove the file. Now, when I run the script again, I will try to create the directory, but this time I have not used the sudo. I don't have administrative permissions, so I cannot create a subdirectory in var lib. The error met by the script is evident. However, when checking the exit code, I will see the value of 0. That means that we have a bug in our script. The returned exit code is not correct. I need to correct the bug. Well, as already mentioned, each command returns a value of exit code. If so, we can try to catch the return code and react accordingly. In our case, the error is met in this line, so also here I should check the exit code of the command mkdir. It will be handy to save the exit code into a new variable. The variable can be called result, and the exit code is always in $?. Now I can write a nested if, so an if in another if. This second if will check the exit code saved in the result variable. I will check if the value is different than 0, so in other words, if we have an error. Should this be true, I can decide what should happen. We have here multiple options. The best one, but not always possible, is to correct the error in automatic way. One of the worst would be to ignore the error and just continue script execution. Sometimes it's enough to display a warning that something is not as it is expected to be. Sometimes the error may be serious and we will decide to stop the script execution. And yes, in this case we will take such an allergic decision. If such an error was met, we will break execution of the script and exit with a new exit code. So let's display a message and exit with code 102. We can also show the users the real exit code returned by mkdir. Maybe this will help the frustrated administrator to find the reason of the failure. Who knows? It's time for another test. I will run the script again without the root privileges. As we can see, the script decided to create a directory, displayed the message, next mkdir failed and displayed error message. This error was recognized by the script, so in the next line we have our own text. This text includes in brackets exit code returned by the mkdir command. And what is the exit code of our script? It's 102. Our goal is simple, just to create a directory, but the crazy developer dedicated already a few lines of code to do it. The scripts are sometimes more and more complicated. There may be a lot of instructions checking for failures, and new errors may be raised by the script itself. When the script is long and returns error code 100, it may be difficult for affected admin to find the real cause of the problem. Currently, the exit codes 100, 101, 102 are here and there in the code. Let's make some order. What can be done? We can define a set of variables with meaningful name at the beginning of the script. The values assigned to the variables will reflect the exit codes. Error conflict can describe situation when we have met a file with the same name reserved for our application, but the file doesn't belong to our application. Where to use this exit code? For example, here, instead of exit 100, we can now use the variable error conflict detected. Error installed dir empty can be used when a parameter of the script would be missing. Instead of returning value 101, we can return a value of the variable with meaningful name. error external command fail can describe a problem with external command used in the script. In our case, that could be the call to mkdir that sometimes fails due to missing permissions. So instead of using here the error 102, we can use the adequate variable. Let's see that in action. The script is started without root permissions. It fails, displays error message, and the returned code is 102. So now when the user starts the script and the script fails, he or she can open the script in editor, and in the first lines we'll find a little bit better description of the error. Of course, this should be also somehow documented in manual, but that's already quite a different topic. Next test. I will start the script with root permissions. All succeeded. The exit code is 0. Very good. The user started the script once again. The script found an existing directory and treated that as an acceptable situation. There is no error and the exit code is 0. And what will happen if there is a conflicting file in the directory? I will remove the directory and create a new file with the same name. Now I will start the script with root permissions and we have met an error. This time the exit code is 100. The user could now again check in the header of the script what could this error code mean. From time to time we may also decide to call another script that was, for example, created some time ago. That's quite normal when we build bigger solutions. We finish developing scripts that call other scripts that call other scripts and so on. How to check if operation of calling another script was successful? Our script setup is already a bit complicated, so let's create a new one named install. Let's also assume that the script should be just call our existing script setup. The users complained that the previous script returned too much different exit codes and they prefer just to see success or failure. That's all. So first of all, we will call here the setup sh, the already very well known script that returns different exit codes. Now the exit code of that script will be saved in a variable result. Now we will check if the result is equal 0. In this case we have a success. The installation is done. Great. And what in the other case? Well, if the returned value is not 0, it could be 100 or 101 or 102 or something else, but our users don't care about details. So we will just display a short information about failure and return value 1. Always value 1. In this scenario, our users are not interested in the mess of exit codes. What still remains is exit with status 0 if all went OK. I will now start the script without sudo, but anyway, the real problem is that there is a conflict. What will be the exit code? 100 or 101 or 102? No, it is just 1. All this can be, and often is, done differently. Instead of having the variable result, we can test the exit code in condition of the if statement. Unfortunately, in such case, we cannot display the value of the exit code. The variable result does not exist anymore, and the value stored in $? will be different. $? presents the exit code of the last command that was executed, and at this stage it's already not our script. Let's see how it works. The script failed, that's good, and the exit code is 1, that's also good. But all this can be done also in another way. First solution. The command can be called internally in the if, in the place of the condition. This works so that when the program runs, it will generate the exit code of the setup script, and this exit code will be used in the if statement. When the value is 0, it is treated as true, but when the value is non-zero, it is treated as false. Our script returns 0 in case of success and a non-zero value in case of failure, so this notation should work. Let's make a test. We have an error and the exit code is 1. To have a full overview of how that works, we could also see other problem scenarios. So, I will remove the file and I will run the program without sudo. Now the reason of failure are missing permissions. In this case, the exit code generated by setup was 102, but the if from the install script interpreted the value as false and finally returned 1. The last test should succeed. I will use sudo. Now the script tried to create the directory. Most probably that succeeded. The value returned by setup was 0, what was interpreted by the if statement in install as true, and after displaying another positive message, the script ended. What exit code was returned? 0. In this lesson we have connected two things. One is the exit code of the external command, and the second is the if statement that can somehow interpret the returned value and decide what should be done next. Now you can catch the error that originates somewhere in the system, not only internally in your application. I wish you always exit codes 0.